We're live, I think.
And we're live.
Let's go. All right. Well, welcome everyone to the Will Aber Show with Will Aber. I am Will Aber.
And I'm William Berry.
And what week did we get? Week five?
Week 5.
Week
It's
five.
week 5. Week
Week
5.
five. Week five. And we
Heck
are,
yes.
man, we got some scores coming your way. Oh man. I don't know if I'm excited about this week. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? I will say this. It's great to be back on the show. Will and Mason have been doing an awesome job, and I've enjoyed watching every week. But due to the matchups this weekend, Will and I decided that it needed to, the correspondent from Gainesville needed to join the show.
It had to happen. And it probably needs to happen more often in the future. But that is my
No
fault.
doubt. No, it's all fun and games. But Will, let's get into the scores here, huh?
I love that. I love that. Would you like to go first or me?
You can go first, Will.
All right. First up, we had seventh ranked the big guy hooked on a Thielen taking on Porter Ward, Ingram Toenails. And I'll tell you what, Porter took the eighth seeded ranking last week to heart, and he won 153 to 116. Many would call that a Class A beatdown.
I would say. I think that.
Let me see here. For the big guy, Jalen Hurts did have a good week. Brees Hall had 28. That's pretty good. But you benched Calvin Ridley with 21. The Pittsburgh defense had 17, which was better than your Washington defense with -5. So
Yeah.
I'll have to.
Brutal scenes there for the big guy. Steelers defense was 17 is tough. Anti-insightful foresight. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, the Steelers did have 17. All right, so next game, huh? Here we go.
Oh, wait, hold on. My bad. I
Oh,
forgot Porter's team. My bad. It's like I haven't done this before. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
How did Porter get 153? Oh, Tyreek Hill had 32. George Pickens had 27. Joe Burrow surprisingly had a good week for once with 23. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Congrats,
respect to
Porter.
Porter for riding it out with Joe Burrow. I think a lot of managers would have dumped him after the last couple, or at least benched him. But way to ride it out, and Joe
It
Burrow.
shows confidence in his players, that's for sure.
Exactly right. Exactly.
We'll
right.
see if it pays off down the stretch, but it definitely paid off this past week.
No doubt. No doubt. So off to the next one, huh?
Mm-hmm. Would you like to take this one away?
I would. So next we have, I don't know what, I believe Mrs. Abear, Dixie Chicks. I think she was ranked 3rd.
Sure. She was 4th, and Mason is 3rd.
Okay, so Mason was 3rd, and Mrs. Abear was 4th. And Mrs. Abear handled Mason 153 to 97. Really just there wasn't really much Mason could do here. After all the trash that Mason talked and the win streak that he had going, there was just nothing he could do. Mrs. Abear was inevitable. Kirk Cousins with a strong game, 20 points. Jamar Chase had 52, which was definitely by far the most point scoring player on her team. Stephon Diggs had 24. Dolphins defense had 12. Harrison Butker had 10. So an all around really strong week from Mrs. Abear. And on Mason's side, decent weeks. Bijan had a decent week. Justin Jefferson had 23. Sad news for Mason post that game, but this week he scored 23. And so, yeah. Am I looking at the right thing? I can't tell. Oh, wait, no. I'm totally off. I was looking at the projection scores for Mason.
Oh, gotcha.
My apologies, everyone. Mason actually had a much worse week than I originally explained.
You're starting to give him credit. I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, that was wild. Yeah,
woke up on the right side of the bed today.
Yeah, get back in the doghouse, man. That was totally on me. But Jacoby Myers had 20, and that was about it for you. Sam Laporta had 19. So other than that, Tough weekend for Mason.
Yeah, unfortunately, there are a lot of trade rumors circulating since Jefferson is on IR. We'll see if any of them come to fruition.
I doubt that highly, but although Will's hypnotic attempt in the group chat earlier today, I
I
don't
think
think that
it may
worked.
pay off.
No doubt.
My kicker is very valuable. I'm telling you, a
Fair
worthy,
enough.
a
Fair enough.
worthy trade piece.
No doubt. So, Will, do you want to go to the number one game of the week, as in Didi versus Nini, or our game?
I'll take Nini versus Didi because this was our best game of the week, and wow, it was a number one versus number two, our only two undefeated teams. I mean, Barry, you were looking forward to this one, I know for sure.
No,
But
definitely. This is a
yeah,
strong matchup.
we had a final score of 170 to 137. Didi was able to nab the victory there, and this is a surprise given that there was a lot of trash in the group chat. Given after DJ Moore for Nini had 49 on Thursday Night Football and gave her a quick lead. However, that did not phase Didi. He had 20 plus points from Josh Allen, Devon A. Kane, A. Chain, I don't know,
AJ.
A. Chain, D Hop, George Kittle, Adam Thielen. So unbelievable week for Didi. A Chain is on IR also, unfortunately, so may need to find a replacement for that. But that I mean, great week from Didi. Unfortunately, though, there may have been a managerial error on Nini's part, due to Kamara and David Montgomery being on the bench. Those are two guys normally that you would see in the starting lineup, but still a great week for Nini. Just was not able to match the firepower of Didi's Yellowstone Bisons.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I see with Nini is she had the huge performance from DJ Moore, but Falcons defense getting zero is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pollard and CD Lamb underperforming is pretty tough. I think those are probably the biggest reasons why she couldn't keep up with Didi after the Thursday night football jump start for sure.
I agree. Just couldn't get anything else going.
Absolutely. And now to the final game, which actually I believe was the closest game
Yeah,
of the
it
weekend.
was. It was only a 10-15 point game, which, yeah.
Myself, number 6, the strongest of wills versus Wills. What rank were you? 7th?
I think, oh, yeah, because I rigged the stats last week. I was fifth.
Versus the number 5 Raiders of the Lost Yard.
Believe me, that changed after this week.
Will Abear. Yeah, a very low scoring, gritty game here. Went down to Monday Night Football, and I came out with the victory over Will, which is well, what can I say, really?
You
Snapped
hate
the 3 losing streak. Um, Top performers on my team, Travis Etienne had 36.
absolutely bulldoze the
And
competition.
that was really about it. Tua had 17. Marquise Brown had 16, but really a grit and grind week for me. I think Will just really struggled. Jordan Love with 5 points is brutal.
Yeah, that was a letdown.
Josh Jacobs and Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp finally back, getting solid numbers with 20 points.
Love to see that.
Had great numbers as well with another 20, but couldn't get the whole team to cooperate there with Cooper Kupp's return. And Will takes the L, drops to 1-4 on the season. Tough loss for Will.
I've just lost to anyone else. Like, this sucks.
Listen, I can't, nothing we can do about it, I'm afraid.
Oh,
We will have a
man.
rematch. There will be a rematch later in the season, so we'll see how that goes.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
So now awards, right?
The awards section, yes, sir. Let's jump right on into it. Would you like to start with the Golden Chainsaw?
Yes. So Golden Chainsaw, this is pretty obvious. It's got to go to Didi. 170 points, beating the number 2 team and Nini's team, who also had a really great week with 137. But this game was really never close after after the first couple games on Sunday. Just Didi's team showed out. I mean, it was just 20 after 20 after 20 up and down the roster.
Just
And heck,
ripping out points.
he had Goff on the bench with 27, which Josh Allen had 27 as well. But Didi's team is deep and they are strong. So
they are scary right now.
Definitely the title front runner as we speak.
And one left, by the way. One undefeated team left. That's there you go.
Exactly
let's see here. The vacuum award. That comes next, of course, for sucking. And this goes out to Mason. I think he had his personal low in points this year with 90 something, 97. Also, he lost Justin Jefferson to injured reserve. He lost by 60 points. Like, this was just a rough week for him. And you were right. He was talking a lot of trash in the group chat, wasn't he?
Yep. Well, that's what happens when you start talking trash. You know, when you don't perform, you get the vacuum award. So sorry, Mason, but not really sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. So insightful foresight. I'm actually gonna go. We're gonna go with Porter. Porter with giant bounce back week, 153, which I don't think Porter had broken 100 points in the last two games. So to bounce back with 153, again, like we said, sticking with Joe Burrow was a great managerial move. And yeah, the team just showed out. Pickens, Tariq Hill's always a solid player. 49ers,
absolutely
a great start against Dallas. Yeah, just very insightful there. Justin Fields had, of course, your quarterback on the bench, Justin Fields had 32, but
so that all right, yeah, so fair. He missed out on that one, but I think as
he
a
did.
whole,
But yeah, overall, I think it was a great bounce back week for Porter. Insightful foresight.
absolutely, and beating up on the week too with B3 catching another loss, like just many would say it's like punching a homeless man. You know, it's hard to watch.
Well, yeah, there really is a way to put a lipstick on that pig. Will.
Okay. Lastly, we have the Cond Award. I'm gonna go with our former undefeated team, Nini. She had an outstanding week this week. She put up over 130 points. Fantastic job. You played against a man holding a bazooka is the equivalent of what happened. Like,
yes,
that's hard. It's just tough. It's too bad. But good week for you, Nini. You got calmed. You got calmed.
You got calmed. And so now to the standings.
On to the standings. Yes, though that does it for awards. So the AP poll, I think it's pretty obvious who number one still is, right?
It has to be.
Didi, the only undefeated team, is still at number one on the AP poll. Number two is still Nini, just one more loss than normal, which is fine.
Correct.
Number three is our only 3-2 team. That'd be Mom, up a spot from number four. Good win this week for her. Number
Solid.
four is Mason, who's sitting at 2-3, which is, I mean, 2-3. You would think that's fine, but also he's losing Jefferson. So, how's he going to make up those wins in the near future? Is my question.
It's going to be difficult for Mason. Things looking pretty bleak in the next couple of weeks. Really, when we get the meat of the season, when he really needs to start racking up some wins.
I agree, because no Jefferson for 4 more weeks now, at a minimum. Let's see. Number 5 is you, Barry. You are up to number 5. Pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good. I had to show some respect after disrespecting you last week. It was.
Respect was off the charts. It was wild.
I'm not gonna lie. This embarrassment this past week is inspiring to my team.
I hope so. Who do you have next week? We'll see.
I don't know. I hope I can get a victory though. 6th seed is now Porter. He was the 8th seed. 7th Raiders of the Lost Yard. That'd be me. And in last place, as always, is the big guy, B3 himself.
There you go. And so, yeah, so looking ahead, it's week 6 now. So sure that if you have players on bye, etc., make sure to get them out of your lineup. But we have Mason starting off versus Dee Dee, Yellowstone.
Ooh,
Mason's Ray Rice's Elevator Service versus Dee Dee's Yellowstone Bisons. The writing's really on the wall here for this one. This
I,
could be a bad one.
yeah. So Vegas came out with the lines, and they have Didi's team favored by roughly 30 points. And honestly, I'm still taking Didi's team because Mason is without Jefferson, and I don't see anyone stopping the train. That is the Yellowstone Bisons. They are charging right now.
Yeah, it's brutal. The next matchup is Nini Lightning Lady team versus B3's Hooked on a Thielen. This game could go the same way.
I think this is a good
Yeah,
opportunity for Nini to bounce back with a victory.
it is. It's also a good opportunity for B3 to prove himself. He really needs a statement win, and to beat the number 2 Nini team, that'd be a great win.
Absolutely, absolutely. Uh,
Next is Mrs. Abear's Dixie Chicks versus Will's Raiders of the Lost Yard. Mrs. Abear has a very strong team. Will's going to have to play well to win, but this could be a close one. We'll see. I think this is probably definitely the game of the week, I would say.
yeah, I think the other two games you're looking at potential blowouts, but so far this one I think could go pretty
This could
good.
be the week. And lastly, we have Porter's Ingram Toenails versus my own, the strongest of Will's. This one could also be a really close one. We'll see.
I think,
But yeah, both
yeah,
teams are 2-3. Both teams coming off a win. So yeah, it should be interesting. This upcoming week should be fun.
yeah, I think Porter's team is a little bit more volatile. They'll get high scores and then really low scores. I think you're a little more consistent um
Right.
of a team. So I think it'll be an interesting game, that's for sure.
It definitely will. It will be a extremely interesting game. So yeah, is that about it, Will?
That's all I got. You got anything else to add?
Um, I don't know. I don't think so. I really appreciate you guys having me once again.
Yeah, a
Um,
good little update here. This is nice.
yeah, yeah. This is like when we need Will to like edit in something really funny and cool. So I'll let him handle that afterwards, post.
Normally we can just edit it quickly so we can just curse on the spot and then be like, we'll edit that out later.
Oh no. Oh no. It's
We
taking
have to be careful though.
I know the Zoom's tough.
I don't have
Uh,
to record jankly on my phone though this time.
that is
Do you
yes, that
remember that?
yeah, that was a little sketch. That was
That was
a
very
little no doubt. Yeah. All right, man.
All
Well,
right. Well,
cool.
I think that wraps us up. I need to figure out how to stop recording now.